Hey, what's going on everyone? This is G and I'm Phunken hungry. In this video, we're going to try Cadbury CARAMILK slices. This is the caramel flavour. This is caramelized white chocolate, flowing caramel, vanilla flavoured cream and choc biscuit pieces. Done a lot of the Cadbury slices range, and I have to say this is probably the one that I'm most looking forward to trying. Slices range, they're basically taking bakery items or dessert items and they're turning it into a block of chocolate. I've had stuff like hedgehog and mint slice and that sort of stuff, so I do love caramel. I do love myself some CARAMILK, and this is a little bit different for CARAMILK. You know, it's got caramel inside the CARAMILK and it's got the vanilla cream and it has a little bit of biscuit for crunch. But anyway, I'll leave the nutrition information on screen for you if you're interested in taking a look. Also, I'll leave the ingredients on screen if you want to pause and go through that. But like always, we'll go through the basic ingredients. So product contains caramelized white chocolate, 63%, vanilla flavored cream, 15%, caramel, 14%, and chocolate flavored biscuit pieces, 7%. But let's bust this open and give it a look. Give it a bit of a Phunken hungry sniff or a bit of a whiff, yeah? Alright. So yeah, it just smells like CARAMILK. That does have a lovely smell to it though. You know, a little bit white chocolate, a little bit sort of caramel. But if you've never seen CARAMILK, it's basically white chocolate, a little bit darker, and it has a little bit more of a rich flavour to it. A little less sort of milky and creamy. So let's bust some off and give it a taste. Oh, it's a little bit soft. It looks like just a little bit darker than white chocolate. But let's give it a taste. Super keen for this one, everyone. Cheers. As soon as I bit into it though, it was soft, and then I did hit the biscuit pieces, which added a nice little crunch and texture. So it was nice and soft. It does have a nice little chew and crunch to it, but I'll have to have a couple more bits. I feel like this one will sort of grow on the palate a bit. You can sort of see inside here, you see the biscuit pieces. I will cut a piece open for you if I can find a knife. There's a fork and knife around here somewhere. Where's my fork and knife? A lot of caramel in this. It does have that vanilla cream and it does have the biscuit pieces. Now I have to say, it is a lovely flavour, but some of those flavours do get a little bit lost in each other. But this time it's not such a bad reason that it gets lost. Plus these flavours sort of like marry and mesh and, you know, mix together so well. Like the CARAMILK and then the vanilla cream, they're quite similar in a way, you know, quite sort of milky and creamy. And then you've got the flowing caramel in this, and obviously CARAMILK is sort of caramelized white chocolate, so the caramel does sort of like work really well in this. I would like to try caramel and CARAMILK together by itself without all the other flavors. So the chocolate flavored biscuit would be a little bit similar to, you know, something like an Oreo. So yeah, it doesn't have much flavor. You can tell that it does have, you know, like a different flavor than the CARAMILK and the rest of it. It does have a chocolate flavor, but it's sort of more for a crunch than sort of more to add the flavour. But chocolate's one of those things I find that you do need to have like a couple, depending on the chocolate. You know, some chocolate's really harsh and strong straight away, but these are quite delicate flavours, so I have a couple more pieces, then I'll give it a rating. But I am enjoying it. It's definitely not disgusting. It's definitely lovely. But I don't know, I was expecting a bit more of a punch of flavours, you know, like going a few rounds with, you know, Muhammad Ali or whatever, float like a butterfly and sting like a CARAMILK chocolate. So yeah, that is a Phunken delicious. I really am enjoying it. That time I took a little bit more time and, you know, coated my mouth and, you know, almost took it out for a date and gave it some wine and, you know, took it to a movie and, you know, sat down and have a lovely dinner and maybe a little bit of, you know, late night activities with it after. But the caramel works very different in this flavour. You know, if a caramel is in like a dark chocolate or a milk chocolate, you can sort of taste the caramel quite a lot. This is like taking the back seat. It's like the kids in the back like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And it does add to the flavour, like you do get a little bit more of a rich sort of caramel flavour. But all these flavours are taking part in this. The caramilk is the front flavour, and you do taste that quite, you know, straight away basically. Then you get the sort of biscuit and the vanilla come through, and then just the caramel adds a little bit of gooiness to it. So my rating for Cadbury CARAMILK Slices Caramel, I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like it's really good, it's lovely, and to me, I am enjoying this more than the other ones, but I was expecting to give it a bit of a higher score, but some of those flavours are a little bit sort of subtle, a little bit in the background, and that's the reason that I gave it that score. But I could easily polish this block off, so I'm going to have to put it away and save it for another day. But yeah, I could easily, it's one of those flavours that just goes down so well. It's not too rich, it's not too sickly, you know, it's just perfect to sort of chew on. And if I had a movie or whatever, you know, before I know it, I'd get through this block. But the price rating for this, it can be either $5.50 full price, I believe in places like Big W and Coles, and I did see in Woolworths it was $6 for the block, which is a little bit crazy, you know. This one I do really like, so I would buy it again. You know, it's nice that CARAMILK has a few other flavours with it. A lot of times, you know, CARAMILK, they're starting to adventure and do a few more things with the CARAMILK range. But yeah, it's really nice that it has all these different flavours and it does work well. But my rating for the price, I'm going to have to give that a 4 out of 10 for price, you know. It's not the best price, but I would consider to buy this one again if I was, you know, really in the mood for chocolate. With doing a food review channel, you know, most of the time I'm getting new stuff instead of like getting stuff that I enjoy. I'm going to try new stuff. But yeah, I would consider to buy this again. I feel like it's probably a bit better than original CARAMILK because there's more going on. But let me know in the comments below if you've tried Cadbury CARAMILK Slices caramel flavour. Do you agree or disagree with what I've said? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could please like, subscribe and comment, I'd really appreciate it. This is G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.